Welcome to my disaster space, my garage. It's been a while since I made a video, and I've been getting into ATVs lately. I bought a little 50cc from the neighbor, fixed it up, got it running. It's fun to do, so I was like, hey, let's do that again. So I went ahead and I bought this guy here. I took the plastics off already, and I realized, hey, maybe I should be recording this stuff. I have no idea what this thing is. It's a 4-stroke, is all I know. It's got a shifter here. It's pretty much a piece of junk. I think I could get it going, but I'm gonna have to order new plastics or something. So I saw on Craigslist. I went ahead and bought this guy here. This is a 250cc. I believe it's TaoTao or something like that. It's a Chinese sucker. Just, yeah, G-Gang TaoTao. G-Gang TaoTao Industry. Model ATA 250. Date 2008. It's 2008 TaoTao. Just, that's kind of better than I thought it was. So it's a lot bigger than that one or the 50cc in my backyard. It came basically disassembled in the back. This axle and stuff had been pulled off, and so there's a bunch of stuff I got to do here. So first thing I want to do is I want to get this all this stuff assembled, get it going. After that, I want to get it cleaned, check the fluids, get some of this rust off. This exhaust pipe is completely rusted. Once I get everything clean, I'll maybe patch this hole in the seat, take it for a spin if I can get it going, and then from there I'll try repairing some of the plastics and maybe give it a paint job. But first step is getting this rear end assembled. Parts came in these bags. Looks like the engine sprocket's got a broken tooth here, so I'm gonna need to replace that. We've been looking at this for a little bit. I went ahead and attached the fuel tank back up to it. It's got some gas in it. I'm not 100% sure if the gas is good because there's a big old hole in the gas cap. And I'm not 100% sure if it's on, so I'm not sure which way that goes. But down here we've got the sprocket that attaches. We're missing the sprocket plate, and we're missing a tooth on this sprocket. So I think we can still get away with running it with missing tooth. So we can at least test it and make sure everything's good, but we won't be able to run it without that plate. So I'll put that there for now. The choke, I think I need to close the choke in order to run it, but I'm not sure which position's in the closed position. So I think that's closed. Okay, and then I went ahead and I hot wired the. I went ahead and hot wired it. I attached those two wires together with that wire because I am missing the key. They did not give me a key with it, so I gotta probably call them and ask them about that. But I got it to turn on at least. Oh, excuse me. Let's see, how do I do it? So the brake light came on. There it is. Brake light came on. Yeah. So, boom, got that. And then I think we have to, okay, we got the headlights. Excellent. I'm gonna leave the headlights off for now. So that's the starter. Not really sure what's going on with that. So I'm not sure which gear it needs to be in. I think it doesn't need to be in reverse. See, I got it to turn over a few times when I first tried this, but now it's just clicking, so I'm concerned. I'm hoping it's just a low battery and not something wrong with the engine, but I've come up with a, let's see, let's go ahead and take that off. Make sure everything's off. Here we go. So I've come up with a attack plan here. My first priority is obviously to get this engine running. And so what I need to do, I need to first recharge the battery. There it is. So once I get that charged up, then I'm going to try to see if the engine turns over again. If the engine turns over, excellent. I'll try to start it from there. If not, my next step is to clean out the carburetor and the air filter. So let's see if I can get a good shot of that. Right down in there. I can't get a good shot right now without moving the gas tank out of the way or getting a flashlight. But once I knock those two things out of the way, get those out of the way, if it still doesn't run, I want to pull off the exhaust, see if that helps, maybe get it started. If it still won't start, there's a good chance I'll have to open the engine up. I'm also going to try getting different gas, because this gas might just be bad, which is a serious possibility. I think I also need a fuel filter, because I don't think there's actually a fuel filter between that and the engine right now. I might just go ahead and pull a filter off of that thing, because that thing looks like it's actually got a decent one. So first step, charge the battery. Here we go. I'm at Walmart trying to figure out which battery charger I want to get. I'm thinking 20 bucks. Let's go with it. What's the worst that can happen, right? Hi. How you doing today? Not too bad. Thank you. Alrighty. Just gotta open this thing up. EverStart Plus Smart Charger and Maintainer. Fairly long cables. It's pretty cool. I think we should be good with this. There we go. Got that. That's powered on. Just gotta plug this guy into the other guy here. Black and red. And battery capacity low, 12 volts. Didn't even need to program anything. Charged yet, but I do have some good news here. So if I activate the brake and hit the starter button, well, it did it a second ago. There we go. It's starting to turn over again. So it does seem to be the actual battery that's preventing me from turning it over. So that's a good sign. While I'm charging the battery, I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning up some of the parts that we have. We'll go ahead and drop these in the bucket. I think most of those other pieces are, for the most part, clean enough. I've partially assembled this stuff just so I could make sure everything was looking okay. But I'm going to go ahead and take it back apart now and clean it up a little bit. It doesn't look too bad, but the sprocket doesn't look so good, actually. The sprocket looks completely filthy. Muddy as heck. Put that in there. Grab my hammer here. There we go. Got it loose. Oh, that's a flange. Next, order of operations before I start cleaning those. I want to see if these bearings are any good, just to make sure I don't have to replace them. These here, this bolt here and this up here is how you adjust the tension on the axle. You know what I'm going to do? This is probably not a good idea, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. I'm going to try to get rid of that water in there. This one off. And what do we got? We got another seal in the gasket. This one's probably going to require the smaller screwdriver. I can't get this thing loose. Man, this is not a prying screwdriver. Let's try this guy here. This is much bigger. All right, it resisted quite a bit, but I managed to get it off finally. And this one is very wet, so we should probably go ahead and take off this seal inside as well. See if I can get this off without destroying it. Ah, good. There is water in the bearing. Look at that. The seal looks good, but there is definitely water in the bearing. And there's some grittiness to that too. I need to clean that bearing out. It's very greasy inside, or very black inside. Let's check this one real quick. Excuse my heavy breathing. Oh, this one's got some rust in it. Yeah, that's rust right there at the top. I think. Yeah, that doesn't look good at all. I might need to get a new one, a new bearing for this one. See how that one turns. That one doesn't turn. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, Jesus. Okay, yeah, that one's getting replaced. I'm not really sure how to get this out of here, but I do know that heating it up on the outside will loosen it up a little bit. So we'll go ahead and try that. Quick tip, I have no idea what I'm doing. So if I'm going to make the mistakes here for you, so you don't make the same mistakes I did. Maybe you can make different ones. It doesn't seem to want to come out. So I think I'm going to have to figure something else out. I grabbed this little brass punch out of my gunsmithing kit. We're going to give this a shot. So there's a sleeve in here. It's like a pipe that floats around, and it comes in contact with the inside of both bearings. So it's a little bit offset. I'm going to try to stick the punch against it and tap it out the other side. Yeah, that's not budging. So I'm going to try to clean it out with some WD-40 and then see if I can get it turning. Starting to turn a little bit. That pipe in there is definitely impeding it, but that's not going to be an issue when you put the... Alright, I'm not sure how good of an idea it was, but I burned out some of the grease with this. Stuff sizzles like bacon. Very hot. I'm gonna go ahead and wait for that to cool down and then pack some more grease in there. Maybe cool it down a little bit with some WD-40. To turn now. See how? Oh, it's turning better now already. Turning better already. Still not perfect. Once that cools down, I'm going to pack some grease in it. Before I continue with the grease, I kind of want to show you something I just discovered. Not very happy about it, but it appears that there was some carnage in this area. Some of the wiring got mangled down here. So that is going to be something I need to fix for sure. There's at least one wire that's cut in here, which might be preventing me from starting it. It says red and black wire. I'm not really sure what it's for, but I need to get in there and repair that. We're about ready to re-grease this thing. This is high temperature grease, so I'm going to just go ahead and start packing it in there. It's not burning my finger anymore, so I guess it's probably fine either way. I figured if I pack it right, I can probably push any kind of dirt or whatever that's in there out of it. At least out the other side. I won't be able to get it completely out of there, obviously, that way, but at least it'll be out of the main operating surfaces. Ugh, yummy. Grease is a great way to lubricate stuff that doesn't have like some sort of high pressure trapping thing where the grease prevents the mechanism from functioning. As long as it's pressure neutral, or at least has, you know, drainage holes for the grease to come out, then the grease is a great way to do it. I think that'll do it. Let's see if it's turning yet. Wipe this off. All right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's way better. It's still not perfect. I can still feel a little bit of grittiness, but oh, it's smoothing out. It's 10 times better now. That'll at least last me a little while. It's not gonna be perfect, because honestly, once the bearing gets damaged, it's only a matter of time before it destroys itself. But this will at least last me a few miles. So until I figure out how to get the bearing out of there completely, this will have to do. Yeah, that's much better. It's rotating freely almost now. I'm gonna go do the other side. Alrighty, got it nice and packed full of grease. I'm just gonna start plopping the seals back in. So we'll go ahead and stick that back in there.